They say every deal comes with a price, but what if the price is your soul? This is the dark and terrifying story of Rumpelstiltskin, the mysterious man who spun gold from straw and traded it for something far more precious, a life, a promise, and a child. It began with a foolish boast. A desperate king and a miller's daughter trapped in a tower filled with straw. When hope was gone, a strange little man appeared, offering salvation in exchange for secrets and promises. But what the girl didn't know was that every favor comes due, and Rumpelstiltskin never forgets a debt. This isn't the happy bedtime tale you remember. It's a chilling story of greed, fear, and the power of a single name, because in this story, knowing someone's true name isn't just magic. It's the only way to survive. Once upon a time, in a quiet village shadowed by mountains, lived a poor miller who dreamed of wealth and status. He often bragged in the tavern about his connections to the royal family, but one night his lies went too far. After a few mugs of ale, the miller boasted, "My daughter can spin straw into gold." The men laughed, until the royal steward overheard and carried word back to the king. By dawn, soldiers arrived at the mill. The frightened miller's daughter, Elara, was taken to the castle and locked inside a cold stone room piled high with straw. The king sneered. "Spin this into gold by morning, or you and your father will pay the price." As night fell, Elara wept. Her hands trembled, her heart breaking. She whispered, "If only someone could help me." And from the shadows, a voice answered, sharp and sly, "I can help you, my dear. For a price." A small, crooked man stepped into the torchlight. His eyes gleamed like amber, his smile too wide. "Who are you?" Elara asked. "Names are powerful things," he replied. "Best not to share them too soon. Let's just say I make impossible things happen." He reached into the straw and began to hum. The air shimmered. The straw twisted, glowing, until it hardened into pure gold. Elara gasped. "How are you doing that?" "Magic," he said simply. "But magic demands payment. What will you give me?" She trembled. "I have nothing but this necklace. It belonged to my mother." He nodded, pleased. "That will do." When morning came, the king was astonished. The gold gleamed brighter than sunlight. But greed has no end, and the king ordered her to do it again, this time with twice as much straw. That night, the little man returned. "Well," he grinned, "what will you trade this time?" Elara, pale and desperate, offered the only thing she had left, her mother's ring. Again, the little man spun straw into gold. By dawn, the king was overcome with greed. "One more night," he demanded. "Fill this room with gold, and I shall make you my queen." When the door locked again, Elara fell to her knees, sobbing. "I have nothing left to give." The air rippled. "Are you sure about that?" The strange voice whispered. He stepped out once more, twisting his long fingers. "You will be queen, a fine reward. I'll spin the gold, but when your first child is born, you must give it to me." Elara froze. "My child?" He smiled darkly. "A promise made under moonlight is binding." She hesitated, then whispered, "I agree." The gold filled the room once more, but so did the weight of her bargain. Elara became queen. Years passed, and the memory of that terrifying night faded, until her first child was born, a baby boy with eyes like sunlight. For a while, life was perfect, until one stormy night, the nursery door creaked open, and a familiar voice hissed, "I've come for what's mine." Elara's blood ran cold. "No, please, not my child!" He chuckled. "A deal's a deal. Unless, of course, you can guess my name within 3 days." Desperate, she sent her servants across the kingdom to collect every name ever spoken. "Bring me every name, old, new, and forgotten," she pleaded. Each night, the strange man returned. "Is it Tobias?" she asked. "Is it Edmund?" He laughed each time. "Wrong, wrong, wrong!" By the second night, she was losing hope, until one messenger returned, breathless, with strange news from the forest. The messenger told her, I found him dancing around a fire, singing to himself. What was he saying? Ilara demanded. The man repeated the eerie chant he'd overheard. Tonight, tonight, my plans I spin. The queen's child soon will be mine within. No one knows my little game. Rumpelstiltskin is my name. Ilara's heart raced. That's it, she whispered. That's his name. The next night, when he appeared, she met him calmly. Have you come to surrender? He asked, grinning. Not quite, Ilara replied softly. Is your name Rumpelstiltskin? He froze, face twisting in shock and fury. The devil told you that, he screamed, stomping his feet in rage. Rumpelstiltskin's laughter turned to shrieks. He clawed at the air, his magic unraveling. You cannot trick me, he roared. The deal was sealed. But Ilara stood firm, holding her child close. You said if I guessed your name, I'd win. His body began to crackle with dark energy. No one defeats Rumpelstiltskin. And with one final scream, he stamped his foot so hard it split the ground, and he vanished into the darkness beneath, swallowed by his own rage. Only the faint echo of his laughter remained, drifting through the castle halls like a ghostly curse. Peace returned to the kingdom, but Ilara never forgot the lesson. She ruled wisely, never again making promises she couldn't keep. Some say that on stormy nights, when the wind howls through the forest, you can still hear faint laughter, Rumpelstiltskin's laughter, whispering from beneath the ground. The villagers tell their children, be careful what you promise. Every deal demands its price. Ilara's son grew strong and kind, carrying no memory of the creature who once claimed his life. But deep down, she always wondered, was Rumpelstiltskin truly gone? Because sometimes the scariest monsters aren't the ones you see. They're the ones still waiting for you to speak their name.